Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, I am going to be doing the Axel Braun Triple X Black Widow parody review. The action and dialogue and story part, not the sexual stuff. But before I do want to basically address some of the things that people are coming at me with. Why are you reviewing adult parodies and whatnot? Well, to answer your question honestly, I discovered these people through a friend of mine, Lethal Lightning. And when watching the interviews between Lethal and the Full Aussie and Kenzie, Lacey, Axel, and Seth, I found out something that was pretty much already obvious at the time. Well, I didn't really find it out. It was obvious at the time. They're just people. And Axel Braun does good work. I took a look at his work. It's like, this is worth reviewing. When a product that is a mockery of Marvel does a better job telling a Marvel story than Marvel does, honestly, I think people should know about it. And for those of you who are saying, well, don't you take your reviews a little bit more seriously? I mean, it is a porn parody after all. Yes, it's a porn parody. But I'm also looking at it through an objective lens. And when I do say what I say, it is not with ego. It is not me trying to mooch points off of anybody. It's not me trying to get exclusive access. It's me simply giving my review and letting people know my opinion. So with that out of the way, let's get into this review. So I've fully watched the Black Widow Triple X parody, and the action and dialogue, and the story. And I gotta say, much like the Captain Marvel one, it does a good job at telling the story. It does great job acting, great job mocking the inconsistencies and the problems of Marvel. It overall is hilarious to watch because of it being a parody. It is supposed to be funny. And it does a good job. But it also looks at the lore. Axel Braun likes comic books. It is very evident in his productions. He cares a lot about his costumes. He does a great job making these costumes and having these costumes made. The effort that goes into these costumes is pretty high end. Hollywood level, if not better. I look at the costume of Black Widow's, or Lacey Lennon's Black Widow, and look at the one with, or Scarlett Johansson's, it's like, you look at it and you think, this is pretty damn good and pretty damn close to Hollywood work, if not as good as. Lacey Lennon doing her acting and the fight scenes and the little bit, her handling of the weapons is actually pretty well done. Her fight scene in the beginning scene is also pretty well done. The story, it's just a parody. The characters, Taskmaster and frickin' Deadpool and Yelena, the Dark Widow as I call her, because that's how I was introduced to the character. The actresses and actors involved were very well done. Seth Gamble is a great Deadpool. Honestly, he does a good job as good of a job as Ryan Reynolds. That is my subjective opinion. Objective, I would actually look at them both, and I would say that they're on par with each other, yeah. That's both objective and subjective. Ryan Reynolds is good as Deadpool, yeah. But he's also restricted because you can't really do any over-the-top sexual humor, which Deadpool is also known for because, well, he is a perv as well. Where Seth Gamble, he's not bogged down by that restriction, and he just goes for it. And I gotta say, he got me laughing. The scene between Deadpool and Taskmaster, where Deadpool just does the whole bye 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 thing and then kicks Taskmaster in the nuts. It's a great callback to the comics of Marvel Comics, where Deadpool beats Taskmaster because he's being random and unpredictable. This goes to show you that Axel and his crew went into the lore in the comics and cherry-picked what they needed to tell a decent story, and they did a good job at it. I laughed hilariously in the Quinjet scene where Lacey's like, how the fuck did that bitch get a movie before I did? The Captain Marvel reference. And you know what? That's a callback to fans after Captain Marvel came out. Where is Black Widow's movie at the time when Captain Marvel was coming out? It's like, why didn't she get a movie before Captain Marvel? Scarlett Johansson deserved to have her movie before Captain Marvel. But they wanted to do it that way. And I'm glad that they did, because it became a hilarious line in this production. Axel has a good way of taking what fans are saying and the stuff from the lore and doing a good job at mocking Marvel for their own failures. Now that may not be his first intent, but that's still something that comes across as doing. Folks, entertainment in Hollywood is slipping. When people are saying that, like me, are saying that parts of porn are actually better than Hollywood, Hollywood should actually probably take note of this and ask what they're doing wrong. Because the fact of the matter is, Axel Braun is more passionate about his comic book parodies than comic book studios are telling a good comic book story. And I am very thankful that we have somebody that actually cares about comic books and wants to tell a funny story. Axel, you did a wonderful job with this one. Objective quality, I would put it at about a 9 out of 10. There are some little things here and there, but for the most part, it is a good job. You did a wonderful job. Lacey Lennon, Seth Gamble, Kenzie Taylor, for the small little bit that she was in there. Mark Strong, I think, was also... Not Mark Strong, but I know his first name's Mark. I can't remember his last name. Forgive me about that. But Elena Koshka. Y'all did wonderful jobs in this parody. The acting, the hilarity, it was well done. Are we all prepared for Lightspeed? Wrong parody. It's just great deadpan humor in some areas and just great breaking the fourth wall. It's good work. Anyway, folks, that is going to be the review. Subjectively, I enjoyed it immensely because it was something that I could laugh at, you know? People need a good laugh nowadays with all the insanity happening. But if you guys want to support this work of Axel Braun's, go to wicked.com. Don't be pirating shit. It is illegal after all. Sailing the high seas just to watch porn, that's just ridiculous. If you want to put your money where your mouth is, if you actually want to support the work, support the work. It's good work. Does a better job than Marvel. Currently. But anyway, folks, this has been Orange Hat Reviews. Axel, Kenzie, Lacey, Elena, Seth, y'all did a good job. Even though, and the actors who I can't remember their names, I'm very sorry about that. But y'all did a good job. Anyway, folks, this has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.